Hi guys, I'm David with Media Unlocked, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do some basic editing in Photoshop. And the thing we're really going to be going over is how to kill shadow, or how to really cut an object out of a photo, and how to change like the background color and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click, we're going to send it on into Photoshop here. So here's my picture, and image rotation counterclockwise. There we go. We'll back it up just a tad bit. Now you have two main tools that I use for this type of work. The first one is going to be your quick selection tool. So what it does is it's going to go through and it's going to try to make mainly it's going to try to figure out, it's going to try to make a distinct difference between this object here and the background. Therefore, it's going to help me cut out the background if I wanted to, or as you see down here, kill the shadow. Now, it's seeing that the color of the background and the top of the bottle are very similar colors, so it's going to think that they're the same thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit Alt or Option on some keyboards, which will it's a minus kind of thing. So it will help me go back, and I'm just going to cut out. I'm going to try to be real fine about it. And as you notice, I'm not going to get it just perfect, but it's going to do fairly well. And do it over here. So now it's not going to cut any of my bottle out per se. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit the backspace button. Now that's going to pop open this. Now I want the background to be white. Now I can change the color. Now if I want to go in here, I can do like custom color. And I want it to be the blending at 100%. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to push OK, and it's going to make everything around this white. So now we're going to hit Control D, which pretty much deselects things. So after we'll do Control Z, which will go back one. So mainly this is all open, and it's going to stay like that until I tell it not to, which Control D will tell it not to. And then we're going to use our Polygonal Lasso tool, which is probably one of the most used tools that I just absolutely love this tool. So first thing, I need to zoom in some here. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in, and so what this tool does, every time you click, it sets a point pretty much. So my objective here is to kind of cut out all this extra pinkish red background, and once you're ready to cut something out, just double click and it will cut that out. So double click, backspace, OK, and it just cut that section out. Command D. But I need to go even closer to get a really, that's too close, to really see, so I'm not cutting the bottle here. So now you got to be careful not to double click when you're doing this, because if you double click, it's going to do this, and then you're not going to be able to keep going. Or sometimes it will actually, if you're doing like a huge object, it will just totally screw it up. So I do it in small sections when I do this, when I use this. So, and I try to get as fine as possible. You could even go closer as you want. And when you move your mouse up, it's gonna move with you here. So it's gonna take just a little bit of time here. See. Here we go. So I'm going to have to get a little bit, I'm going to double click here, backspace, enter. It's going to make all that white. Control D, so we can start over again. And I need to get even closer on this piece right here to make sure I'm getting, so I don't want to lose any information. There we go. Double click, backspace, enter. Command D, and let's zoom all the way back out so you can kind of see what we just did. So as you notice, I kind of cut all this out. Now it's a pure white look. Now the other cool thing about this is, say I wanted to go in to this little jewel here on the top of my cologne bottle, and I wanted to change its color. Actually, I need to hide the navigator here so I can actually see what I'm doing. So, got to get real close. So I want to change that jewel to like a completely different color. Now back to the navigator, zoom out. So just that's highlighted right there. So we're going to go to Image, Adjustments, Color Balance. Now I can go in here and I can do with what I want with it. So if I want to make it look, you can go through, or you can do specific colors here. Adjustment, curves, there's all kinds of things. Channel mixer. So, but usually I do something like color balance. And you can do your shadows, midtones, highlights here as well. So let's say I just wanted to make it that color, Command D, and now, so one thing I don't like about this tool, if you click it, it will just start using itself. So if you're not going to use it, I go up here, click on the mouse piece, and it allows me to do that. So back it up, and as you can see, that's that. But so if I wanted to get the rest of the background out, that's what I would use. I'd go through and I'd use that whole entire piece to get the rest of the background out. So that is how you kill background, and you can kill shadow that way. If there's anything you guys ever want to know about Photoshop, I'm not a super amazing expert at it. I'm pretty good at it, but I'm not as good as some of the people on YouTube that are just utterly ridiculous at Photoshop. It's scary how good they are. I'm good at editing. I'm not as good at building stuff. You know, some people can literally take 2 or 3 pictures, turn it into one, and using parts from 2 pictures to turn it into 1 picture. So I can do that, the basics, but nothing great. So if there's anything you guys ever want to know about Photoshop or Aperture or Lightroom, which Lightroom is a new thing. I just started using Lightroom less than 6 months ago, so I'm still learning the basics of Lightroom. Please let me know, and I will try to get around to making a tutorial on that. I have not done a lot of editing tutorials, but then again, not a lot of people have asked for them. But a lot of people did ask for how do you kill the background, and so that was a tutorial that I had a lot of people ask me about, so I decided to take the time to show you guys how to do it. So hopefully this helps you guys out. If you got any questions, of course, you can hit me up on email at mediaunlocked101@gmail.com, or comments and messages as well. We're on Facebook and Twitter at DavidDimages. So thank you very much, guys, and you have a wonderful day.